Hello, everybody. I'm Daniel Suguwa, and today is the Just Some Talk number 9. This is the podcast for today, and it is 1st April 2026, or in probably some part of the world, it's already 2nd April 2026. And yeah, as you already know, this is practically an April Fool's Day, but for this podcast, it's not really. I'm very frank here. I'm very honest here to say it's not something I would like to prank my viewer. This too cruel. I'm not going to do that. There is some kind of harmless prank I can do, but not on this part. I really want to say what I want to say. Okay, and it's not something I want to do like every day about this podcast because yeah, it takes lots of time in my life. I mean, not really, considering if you already see how many minutes of my podcast here, but as some of you already know, this stream stuff it really already takes a lot of time in my life. So of course, it's not every day I can do this podcast, alone with other kind of videos. So I I'm so happy and very glad and appreciate that you guys already come to this video or even podcast at this point, because you don't see anything moving except maybe I can do some little bit of change just to show you a bit what we are going to have next in few more hours. And of course, that's after I've already wake up from early morning, so I can start the stream, because how do I say it? We have a little bit interesting stuff to talk here and there. And how do I even want to preface this? I want to say, originally, I tried to make this uh, s- just some talk number 9. I mean, like, it's should be a few more seasons after that, but or I've already said from earlier on, I'm too busy, so it's too hard to do. And also, while I was planning about this one, I originally planned to make this just some talk number 9 just before the astronomical seasonal changes. Yeah, uh, I I plan to do it, but unfortunately, even life still in my way, and I don't have too much energy to try to entirely last trying to do this kind of stuff. I mean, even streaming already took my time, my life. I don't know. It's a bit quite tiring, you know. And even this whole day today is pretty tiring day. I mean, I don't know how to say, but without delving too much what's happening with my life. Practically today is like pretty chaotic day. It's not like in my personal life I got pranked very hard. No, but it's just like the life itself decided to just pull a bit of prank, so it's a bit quite a April Fool's Day. Yeah, and I got very drained. So even I try to make this podcast, I'm already drained at this point moment of time. But yeah, what can I do? That's the life. But I try my best because I really need to have enough sleep and rest today, because today you want to know something what's going to be special. If we don't have any kinds of other additional delays, let's just say it launch just in time. In few hours from now we gonna see this, and you can try to see this on the screen. I mean, not you you're not mandatorily need to actually watch this just some talk stuff here. You don't have to. You can just keep listening this on the background. You're not mandatory to do so, but if you're very interested, watch here. When I change here, this is what we get. If the launch is not going to be any delay, it will be launched on tomorrow, at least in my place here in our place here in Sarawak, in Borneo. on 2nd April 2026, or if you're in the US, or maybe some part of Europe and whatnot, or even in South America part, Central America part, or even if you're in the African region, it's going to be the 1st of April 2026. So i- it's going to be interesting time, and hopefully it's going to be launched at time, because I don't want this to become another April Fool's Day when 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 this Artemis 2 did not finally launch on time, or at least on that day. I mean, I'm okay if it's delayed like 2 hours out of the launch window, but if they decided to just cancel that day, my goodness, I think we all got unintentionally April Fools. April Fools, yeah. I mean, it's not really intentional on NASA's part, because you need to remember they specifically choose this because they've already calculated what kind of orbital trajectory needed to go, right? And and just like we like to use the phrasing need to align the star. This is sort of like that. We need to align between the Earth and also the Moon. So by the time we launch it, by the time the SLS Block 1 rocket, even though in the future we are going to change, even though NASA will change the the upper stage ICPS. ICPS is basically like the basically a lightly modified version of the DCSS, inherited from the Delta 3 and also Delta 4. Okay, sorry, excuse me and pardon me. Um, it's basically derived from that part, you know, where there is like only only one engine on the upper stage there. Yeah, only one engine on the upper stage, and don't worry, it's just something might played here and there, but you get the idea. That's going to be one of the interesting stuff. Mm? We are going to see that in on the flight. And for this Artemis 2, it's going to directly going circumnavigating around the moon, but it's not going to be that long. It's going to be like the figure eight. If I remember, this is like analogous to the Apollo. Let me see. I don't want to be mistaken. Is it Apollo 7? If I remember correctly, let me search. Yeah, it should be an Apollo. Not really Apollo 7. Yeah, Apollo 7 is for the low Earth orbit. When they actually uh, start circumnavigating the Earth, it's going to be equivalent to the Apollo 8 mission. Okay, and for the Artemis 3, it's going to be equivalent to Apollo 7. I mean, it's a really swap, isn't it? If on the Apollo mission, it's going to through the sequence Apollo 6, and then 7, not intentional of course, and 8. But because it's follow around how no, Apollo 4, 5, 6, and 7 and 8. Yeah, that's what it should be, the launch of it, and all of it mostly is in the, how do I say, appropriate order, sort of like that, where they start first with the low Earth orbit, and then later on circumnavigating around the moon, around the moon, and then yeah, and apparently, oh, that's also interesting. Also for my searches, Apollo 9 actually also actually orbiting around low Earth orbit. So I don't know, but I can say it's quite a bit like that. I think sorry, almost spill out my Malay language. I don't know what I'm even talking about here. Yeah, don't quote me on that. I could be a little bit mistaken here. Yeah, my my Apollo mission knowledge is pretty rusty here and there. Yeah, I cannot admit I 100% get the idea, but yeah, Artemis 2 will practically going into the Apollo Apollo 8 kind of stuff there, and then afterward Artemis 3 will be around somewhere around Apollo 7 or Apollo 9 kind of equivalent mission, because it's going to be around low Earth orbit, but there's going to be docking with the Starship HLS. Yeah, that one specifically modified for moon mission, and also the and also for the Blue Origin stuff uh, with their modified New Glenn, yeah, something like that. But I'm not going to try to mistake everything else. Still learning and too much to learn. And I cannot say I understand everything else about it. But when I understand something, it's going to be very specifically niche what I can talk about. Okay, so that's a good news. But however, regardless about what I'm saying, is that yeah, I mean I hope we are able to see that. And yeah, for these astronom astronomical seasonal changes, well, happy seasonal changes as well. Because on 20 March 2026 or 21 March 2026, depending on which part of the world are you at that time, it's a seasonal changes, practically all in the official quite of stance there, where on the northern hemisphere side it's the changes from the winter to summer. No, no, from winter to spring. I apologize. From winter to spring on the northern hemisphere side, while on the while on the southern hemisphere part, it is the changes from the summer to autumn. So yeah, happy 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 seasonal changes. I hope you guys able to enjoy this in this 2026 part. And yeah, it's already pretty chaotic year to begin with. I mean, try imagine that we are just in the beginning of the second quarter of 2026, and the first quarter 2026 is already very, not only very jam-packed, but in terms of heightened fear uncertainty index, something like that. I've already seen that it's already exceeding hundred thousands of it. Okay, it's really crazy. What a crazy time. Probably one of the literal way to say may we live in a very interesting times, but I don't know, it's already kind of bleak already to try to talk about that. It's unfat unfathomable. Yeah, I don't know what to say again, but I've got slightly quite a bit tired, but that's it. I don't want to talk too much on this. Just some talk number nine. I wish I can do maybe if we are lucky, if you guys lucky, if we are very lucky, I myself lucky, I might do just some talk number 10, quite short, quite few days shortly, or maybe even few weeks shortly. I hope I can do that because I really want to talk about this one pretty candidly without even using my avatar here and there. Yeah, maybe I need to have a bit more standardized just some talk while we are still in, I guess. Maybe I should just do like this. Maybe for this thumbnail, I will do this. I will do this sort of as a standardized, just some talk number 10 until another seasonal changes, because I hate to change too much. If yeah, I mean, it's logical if I make some kind of video, but for just some talk number, just some talk, something like that, it's not really super duper worth try to do this all the time. It's I don't know. Maybe I want to change. Maybe I don't. We see. And of course, I really need to get some sleep because I need to stream as well around tomorrow morning. So yeah, and of course, this video I'm not going to publish it in the premier sense. Yeah, so unlike previous just some talk, this one I will just upload it straight away. I'm not going to anticipate anything else. Just to let you guys know as soon as possible. So yeah, and I guess that's it. I think you've already heard my voice. I'm visibly already tired for today. Yeah, and also without even having to tell you too much detail, it's quite tiring. That I can say it's like unintentional April Fool's Day today. What a day in my personal life. What a day. I've already got so tired, but yeah, that's it. I desperately really need a good sleep for today. So sorry if I'm quite rushed in making this video. I need to sleep so I can give you guys much better delivery for tomorrow. So thank you, everybody, for watching or even decided to just only listen in. You don't again just some talk podcast is like I said, it's a podcast, but you can also look at this in terms of video as well if you really want to. Not mandatory, just listening is already more than enough for you guys in the background. So yeah, thank you so much. I shall see you in the few hours if Artemis 2 were not scrapped, not got cancelled for that for a few hours right now. I would do it. I'm going to stream. I'm very serious. I'll do it. And hopefully Artemis 2 will not disappoint us. I don't want this to become an April Fool's Day. It must be real. So yeah, I hope so. So thank you so much. I will see you soon, everybody. Thank you for listening in. And take care, everybody. I will sleep. Just shortly after uploading this video. Okay? So thank you so much. Stay safe and take care. Goodbye.